Hey everybody, it's Actual Dragon Tears here. So before the video starts, I just want to make sure that if you are subscribed or if you're thinking of subscribing, make sure to hit the notification button. I was checking the analytics and I just found out that only 20% of my viewers or subscribers are watching my videos, and I'm not too happy about that. But it's probably YouTube's fault. But anyway, getting into the video, we are going to be talking about where are the flashlights in Rainbow Six Siege. Now this isn't out of left field. I'm not trying to just pull something out of my ass and say like, why? Well, it's in other games. No, I was having fun. I was looking at old pictures or whatever you want to call them before Siege came out, and it was basically just pictures of what was supposed to be what the game looked like. It's kind of funny actually looking back and seeing like Fuse with a G36 or Kapkan with a shotgun, or not Kapkan, Glaz with a shotgun or something like that. So it was kind of interesting. But I noticed with 3.5, and I'll get into the half a little later, but I noticed for about like 3.5 pictures there's flashlights on the guns, and I'm just sitting here like, whoa, like, because at first I didn't notice it. At first I thought it was just something in terms of lighting, but then I was talking with my friend about it, showing him these things, and he pointed it out like, hey, there's a flashlight on that person's gun, and I was just like, oh wow, there is, you're right. So yeah, let's pull up those pictures then. In the first one, we have three GSG-9 operators. We have IQ, Bandit, and Jaeger all standing outside. And first things first, obviously, they all have flashlights on their gun. And also, Jaeger has a Desert Eagle. So I guess they were planning for a Desert Eagle the entire time, and not just for Dustlight. But anyway, yeah, so they all have flashlights, and this isn't an edited fan-made picture. This is on the official Ubisoft website if you look it up. So the next picture I have is actually of Ash and Thermite rappelling down, and you can see that they have flashlights on their guns too. Maybe people might say, well, that's just like the sunlight from their sunroof hitting their guns, but if you look at especially if you look at Ash's weapon, you notice that there's a light source coming straight from underneath her grip. That is obviously a flashlight. The next picture we have is of Bandit, Jaeger, and I think I actually have no idea who that is, but either way, he once again has a flashlight on his gun. Also, I want to point out just what the hell kind of weapon is Jaeger using. It's like some kind of AK weapon? I don't know. And then also, I also want to point out that Bandit has a magnifying scope that Glaz gets on his rifle. So I think that's kind of funny. Anyway, and then the half I want to talk about is actually, it's a picture of a shield and two guys behind him, and I say this is kind of a half picture because I maybe this was like the idea for a blitz, and that's because he has two giant LED flashlights on his shield. No, this is obviously very early in the game because the models are the kind of generic default models that we saw in the reveal gameplay, quote unquote gameplay. So it's probably a very early picture, and so that's why I'm saying that that's probably what Blitz came from or whatnot. So yeah, those were 4 pictures from the Ubisoft official website depicting flashlights. So where are the flashlights? How come we never got it? One of the biggest things one person could say is that because it would disrupt the gameplay of the game, everyone would run it because it would make your head harder to see. But that's a valid complaint actually. But you also got to think though that it would also be a beacon for your head, because if you are aiming down sights, unless there's some kind of way to toggle it on and off, which we don't have for a laser sight, so I don't think it would be for the flashlight either. But if there was a way to toggle it on and off, then maybe this would change it. But if it's not, and you aim down sights, that's a giant glowing beacon straight on your head. Sure, it may blind the person, but if they're not really expecting it, but if they are expecting it, then they can just kind of instantly lock onto your head because you have a giant glowing bulb right where your head is. And so it would be a kind of counter thing where you would have to try and surprise them. And also because, well, I'm pretty sure it would not be good for roamers. Because trying to round a corner to surprise someone and they just see this giant light flash through the room, yeah, they're probably going to be expecting you. But what kind of... So we went over why and why not you would want to use it. But what about, like, how would it impact the game? What would change in the game? Well, first off, people will be running underbarrel attachments a lot more. They're not you get what I mean. Attachments more, because right now all we have is a laser sight, and no one runs the laser sight, unless it's a shotgun or a pistol, really. So, giving this option, it would have more people running it. And that is one thing I'm worried about, is if it was in the game, then everyone would pick it, almost. Everyone who doesn't roam, that is. And it would make the laser sight even more pointless. So unless they find a way to buff the laser sight before adding it, or maybe make it a real detriment to use the flashlight with some added benefits, that would be something balance-wise that I'm not too sure how it would work out. But yeah, so that's kind of what I would think about it. Like, you would blind the enemy if you pointed at them. It would light up dark areas, which is really good, I think, because especially in some of these darker areas, like I was just playing on Canal, and especially in the boat supplies room or whatnot, it's really dark down there. And so when you have like a really like kind of dark clothed operator down there, it's not impossible to see them, but it is more difficult. So if you had this flashlight on it, you could shine them, see where they are, and lock onto them faster, but at the same time kind of be a beacon for you. So yeah, what happened to flashlights? Why aren't they in the game? Leave your comments down below on why you think it wasn't in the game, and if you would like to see it in the game. Remember to click the notification button if you're already subscribed, and if you do subscribe, thank you, and click the notification button so that you can see whenever I post a video. It would help me a lot. And yeah, thanks for watching my videos, guys, and I will see you in the next video.